kitchen. Today we're gonna be making a tres leches cake, and I'm gonna have a chocolate ganache drizzle on top. Now its theme is gonna be off-roading, and I'm gonna even have a little toy Hot Wheels car on top of it. And to start off, this is gonna be using whipped cream as its frosting, and I'm gonna get 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, or 1 pint, the whole bottle for me in my case. And to sweeten it, we're gonna be getting 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. I'm gonna be mixing it all on medium-high and letting it mix for about 3 minutes, and then I will check back in. I forgot to pull it up. Okay, now it's gonna work. All right, I will see you back. 3 minutes has already passed by, and now we are gonna check on the whipped cream. It should give you stiff peaks, which this is perfect. Now that the frosting is done, I am going to get our piping bag with a glass cup. And with this, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up our frosting. And I'm using a cup just so that ways it's easier and it holds up. And of course, I have my piggy spatula, my favorite one, and we're just gonna fill it all up. Now that we're done putting the frosting into our piping bag, now I'm going to start leveling off our cake. Now I'm gonna get my 2 9-inch round cakes. And these cakes are Funfetii cakes. And I picked this one because I wanted it to be a little more colorful. And I'll grab my little cake wheel. So I'm gonna start off with my first cake. This has been chilled overnight in the fridge. I put it in a bag and I wrapped it up with some cellophane. Now I'm gonna place this cake in the center of my cake board. Okay, this looks like the center. Now I'm gonna grab my serrated knife and we're gonna take the top off the cake. And to do this, I am going to put on my gloves. Okay, I am going to take the cake, put my hand in the middle, and just start leveling it off, making it so then that ways it is completely flat. Now, the cake scraps never go to waste, so I am going to save them for later. Now that the cake is pretty much level, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it in the middle, just because this is gonna be a 4-tiered cake. So I'm gonna go ahead, find my middle, and then I am going to cut it in half. I'm gonna place my other cake back with its friend. So I'm gonna grab my second cake. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a dollop of whipped cream down. Now I'm just gonna pick up the cake with my bench scraper and then place it into the middle of the cake board. I'm gonna put my hand down just so then that ways I can flatten out the whipped cream. All right, with my first cake, I am going to get the whipped cream and just go all around. I'm gonna burp the bag and squeeze it, make sure there's no air, and then I'm gonna continue. Oh my gosh, I have whipped cream on me. Can you see it? Ah! But I'm gonna keep going. Now I'm gonna get my spatula and just smooth out the area. All right, now it's all smoothed out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another cake. I'm gonna grab this one, place it on top. And then I'm going to try to move it to center it. I'm gonna go ahead and chill this cake into the fridge because of course I underestimated how much icing we're gonna need. So I'm gonna go run back to the store, but no worries. I am back with more frosting and I'm going to finish up frosting this cake. We're gonna add another layer and I'm just gonna repeat until I have all 4 layers done. And then for the finale, for the last cake, I'm gonna turn this one upside down. And then, of course, the bottom of the cake is gonna now go on top. So then that way we have a smooth layer. I filled my piping bag up again. I'm gonna frost the whole cake now. All right, I'm gonna smooth it out. I didn't work too hard on piping this cake just because it is gonna be a naked cake. So all the layers are going to show through. For the sides of the cake, I'm gonna use this mini scraper just to get all the whipped cream really smooth. All right, now if I keep scraping, I'm gonna start scraping the cake. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna smooth out the top. I'm gonna smooth it out the best I can, but I'm not gonna worry too much because I'm gonna get hot water and I'm gonna dip my spatula in it so I can get a really nice clean top. All right, here is the cup of warm water I just got. I'm gonna dip my spatula in here. Tap it off, and then I'm going to frost this cake. It is so smooth now, so I'm so excited to see what it's gonna look like. Okay, so of course not much has changed except it's super smooth now. So with this cake, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into the fridge while we make our chocolate ganache. For the chocolate ganache, I have 180 grams of chocolate. I'm gonna chop this really fine, and then we're gonna make our heavy whipping cream for the ganache. This milk chocolate is Lindt milk chocolate, and it is one of my favorite chocolates. And then I'm gonna go ahead, take this, I'm gonna cut it in half first. Just so then that way there's not chocolate everywhere. And I'm just gonna start chopping this up. Now that all the chocolate is chopped up, I'm gonna get my bowl, and with my bowl, I'm gonna put all of the chocolate in it. Perfect. All of the chocolate's in the bowl. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. In my pot, I'm gonna place that heavy whipping cream, and then I will be back once it starts to almost boil. My heavy cream heated up really quick. It only took a couple minutes on the stove. I'm gonna pour this over the chocolate, and then afterwards, I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna place something over it, and I'll just place a plate. I'm gonna put this off to the side and let it sit for 5 minutes. I am back with the chocolate. I'm gonna take my plate off. This smells so good. And I'm gonna use a spatula. Now, I'm not gonna use a whisk just because it's a ganache. You don't want any air in it. You just want it to be really thick and smooth. So I'm gonna mix this all up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is very much so trust the process. Until you get a really good mix in, you won't be able to see how pretty that ganache is. So as I'm mixing, I'm halfway done. Now my mixture is pretty mixed together, but I still have some chunks of chocolate. So that just means to keep on going. All right, after what it feels like mixing for forever, now my ganache is all done. It has a really good consistency. You can always dip a spoon in it and just see how thick you want it. But for drizzle, this is gonna be our ideal consistency. So I am going to put this to the side now. Now, I've been thinking for so long on how I'm gonna fit it inside of here, but I think now I have an idea. I'm gonna get a Ziploc bag, put this mixture in here, and then funnel it through here. I think that'll be a lot less messy than me just trying to get it in there. But now you could see me struggle to try to fit this all into a plastic bag. I'm gonna get another cup, this time a shorter cup, so I could put all the ganache into here. All right, that worked better than I imagined. So from here, I'm gonna take this bag and close it. Now I'm gonna see how well I did with my job of mixing it. It feels like I got pretty much all of the chunks out. Just in case I didn't, this is my chance to kind of save it and make sure that it's all mixed together. I'm gonna take my little squeezy bottle, and then I'm gonna cut a hole off of this. Perfect. All right, I could always go back and refill it, but I'm gonna stop here, move it a little around, and then we will be ready to put this on the cake. Now that I have my cake out of the chiller, I'm gonna get my chocolate ganache. And how I'm gonna start the drizzle is I'm gonna do an X. And from there, I can keep it a little more symmetrical that way. This totally reminds me of when I used to work at my local bakery by my house, and I would pipe the drizzle on all the cakes. All right, we'll see how that's looking. Great. What I should have going is just a really pretty star. So I just keep drawing lines out from the middle of the cake. And look at that drizzle. That is beautiful. All right, now I am fully done with doing the drizzle on the cake. So we're gonna pour the rest of the chocolate on top. Maybe not the rest, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna grab my spatula and I'm gonna smooth out the top. Okay, now I got all the cake smooth. As you can see, more drizzle came off of the cake. That is just because when I was spreading it out, it pushes it all to the corners. So it's not the worst, but of course it wasn't what I intended to do. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I'll let it set and then we'll be able to decorate it. With the Tres Leches cake, I'm gonna be making the sauce on the side since I wanna transport the cake to a restaurant. So for the sauce, we're gonna be adding 1 cup of milk. I'm gonna add 1 cup of leche condensada. I forgot to get my spatula. All right, I am back with my spatula. I'm gonna scrape out the rest of it. All right, and this is my most favorite part. So this is for me after I'm done. And I love condensed milk. It is my favorite. It is the best sweet treat. And finally, we're gonna add in 1 can of evaporated milk to finish off our 3rd milk. From here, I'm just gonna mix this together. Here is my bigger bowl. I knew this was gonna be too small, but of course I didn't listen. I'm gonna get another cup, another plastic bag, and this isn't gonna fit in here, but I don't have any more of my other bags, so it's gonna work. I might even just use my hand for this to pour it all in. This isn't gonna work. I am gonna get myself so messy. That worked out great. Okay. Put that aside. And then I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up. Okay. Whew. All we could do is hope that this is gonna work, so. Okay. All right, I'm getting somewhere. Okay, it might be a little messy, but I got the job done. Okay, I'm gonna clean this bottle off, and then it'll be ready to bring to the restaurant and be mess-free, hopefully. I'm also gonna put this in a plastic bag because you can never be too sure, especially since I do not want to get messy. All right, so this is my cake after it is set. So for the finale, this is the best part. I'm going to decorate. I went to Fuzzy Wigs. I spent 12 bucks in candy, and I have little candy rocks, and I have rock pebbles. And with this, I am going to create a little scene of a car driving up some rocks. So I'm gonna choose my center. Let's see how I want this. I kind of want it all happening in the middle. So I am going to take the rocks and just start placing them down. Now with the rocks that I want to go on top of each other, I'm gonna get a little bit of my leftover ganache. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna just place it down. Whew, that scared me. I'm really trying hard to make this cake perfect, so bear with me. Another little dollop on here. Okay, perfect. It's looking promising. I also want to add some rocks at the front of the cake to make it look like you're coming into like this scene of this really rocky road. This chocolate ganache barely has any life in it because I let it sit as I let my cake set. So it's gonna be a little thicker, but that's okay. That'll be good so the chocolate doesn't run and drip down the cake. Okay, now I feel like I have a good little base. So I'm gonna take the other candy rocks and decorate around the pebbles. All right, here is what it is looking like so far. We've got a good little base to start off with. Now I think I want to make this rock structure a little bigger, so I'm gonna try to trial and error, fit some of these inside of here, so bear with me. This chocolate is like so done with me. Doesn't even want to come out. All right, this is the little truck that I bought. Now I had to buy this online since they don't sell them anymore, but I'm gonna take it out of its packaging. I hate doing this because it's in such good condition. I kind of want to just save it forever, but we can't. We got to get the car out. Here is the car once again, and I'm gonna put it going up the rocks. Okay, I'm gonna flip it to my end so I can see. Okay, I'm gonna add chocolate ganache to the areas of which I think are gonna have a hard time staying put. All right, here is the finished cake. We have the little truck on top of it and it's going through some rocks. So I think this is so cute. It turned out so well. I am gonna come back to add the little sparkler candles to show you what it's all gonna look like after it's done. I am back with the little sparkler candles. This says 21. So I'm gonna put it on the cake. I'm gonna flip it over so I don't mess it up because I know myself too well. And they didn't have any ones, so I just grabbed the regular sparklers and it worked out well. All right, this is the cake all finished. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It makes me so happy when I see it. He's gonna love it. This is for Miles. This is for his 21st birthday, so of course I had to go all out today. So I will be showing you what his reaction is. Yeah, and we're at Eddie V's. We got
look at the Tacoma.
pull-ups,
Look at
alcohol,
the Tacoma, guys.
YSL cologne, a cake,
Look at
and
that
flowers.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, look at.
Smells good, huh? I know. Then every other one's not.
Everyone, I did want to say, as far as appetizers, I always recommend steak tartares prepared tableside. Calamari's excellent as well. I don't really think you can go wrong. Did we want to start with anything? Are we doing okay? Yeah? All of it? All of the whole order? Like dinner though? Yeah. Okay. Did you want to hear specials or are you okay? Yeah? Okay. Oh no, you're fine, sir. I'm all good here. Sorry, I'm going to steal this.
Oh, thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you for doing that.
Sorry, bye.
Yes, thank you so much.
Nice. I always say.
How's it going? How you doing, man? Good, how are you? Doing good.
Ready for your smoky square?
I'm here for a great dinner tonight, huh? We did indeed. Did you want this on the top too? I need it on the side. On the side. On the top. Y'all enjoy it. Thank you, sir.
Happy birthday for you.
Thank you.
My poor little friend over there. Did they? He's doing his best. It's gonna be great.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Ben.
Happy birthday
To you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Miles. Birthday to you.
Thank you. Make a wish. Start your candles for you, right?
I don't know. It's not going out.
Uh-oh.
I'll be okay as long as it's not my lashes.
All your candles.
Blow it out. Woo!
The whole thing's on fire. Look at
The
that.
alcohol has to burn.
Blow it out when you're ready.
That stuff is good. That is good. What is? The cake that's on fire? Super good.
Alright. It is currently snowing outside.
Look at the truck, guys.
This is Miles with his birthday cake, and it is freezing. This is not one of your birthday. I think you're gonna have to light it with the